Hi, this is Don with Mongoose. I just wanted to take you through some periodic maintenance you might want to do on the units. They get dirty out there in the field, sometimes covered with whatever's left over after the fireworks go off. And there's a few things that we have folks do to kind of clean the units periodically between shows or every few months. So really, there's not a whole lot you need to do to the units. They're sealed, um, and one of the things you could do is just wipe down the faceplate. You could use Windex or some alcohol on a cloth and just wipe down the faceplate and get that cleaned up. Other thing you want to do is make sure the antenna doesn't have any mud on it from if you were out maybe in the rain. And the majority of the work is just on the back here. And it's not too difficult. What we recommend is that first you just try to turn the antenna connector with your fingers. Sometimes they could come a little loose. If it is loose, one of the things you could do is just take the faceplate off with the 6 screws, lift the faceplate up, and go in with a 5/16 inch wrench and a socket on this side or another wrench and just tighten it down a little bit so it gets nice and tight. If you want to put some thread lock on there to make sure this doesn't move when you put the antenna on, obviously you could do that. The key with these antenna connectors is you don't want to really tighten the antenna down. You just want to tighten it to finger tight so that it doesn't fall over on its own. Now the main thing that needs a little work periodically is the connectors themselves. This is one of the Centronics units, and as you'll see, they make their connections just by having these little contacts in here press against contacts in a cable or a quick connect board. So in this case, it's one of our tester boards. We do sell these that will let you both test the resistance as well as see LEDs go off when the unit fires. It's a good way to just kind of plug it in, make sure the connectors are in good shape. We could sell you those, and one of the things you mainly do is go in here and put some alcohol. You could either pour it directly out of the bottle. I like 91% isopropyl alcohol. You can pour it straight out of the bottle if you're not too concerned about it spilling, but I like to either put it in a syringe or a little dispenser bottle, and you dispense a little bit of the alcohol into the connectors. Each of the connectors. Then what I do is I take one of these simple aluminum brushes. You can buy these at any hardware store usually. You use them for putting flux on copper piping. You could buy these on Amazon, but they're really cheap. They're only a few cents each. So you could buy a whole box of them for like 15 bucks, 10 bucks of a couple hundred. And what I do is you basically just wipe back and forth, trying to get any of the residue off those contacts. And that'll get most of it. If there's dirt or mud in there, just put a little more alcohol, work it back and forth. You could tip it while you're working and, get some of that out if there's some in the connectors. And then the last thing I like to do is take your cable or your quick connect board or a tester board with the mating connector and basically just put it on and rock it side to side. What this does is if there's any lacquers that could sometimes form in the residue from fireworks, things that can coat the contact directly, this works through it and cleans it off by rocking it, and it makes the contacts slide past each other, and it cleans off anything that might be in there. Usually it's not a problem. Sometimes it can be if you have, a show with a lot of smoke and water, things like that, or a lot of mud. You could get a little bit on the contacts. Between rocking the connectors and brushing it out, you should be in good shape. Then you just let it air dry. What I want to do too is just kind of show you the same technique with the DB25 connectors. Same thing, check the antenna connector, make sure it doesn't twist. And then these are a little different. I like these better in general because the connection is a pin inside of a sleeve, whereas on the Centronics connectors it's just two contacts sliding past each other. And these tend to get less dirt in them, but if they do get muddy or get some dirt or residue on them. Again, just put alcohol in. It won't flow through the connector. And you can just kind of fill them up with alcohol. And then again, use the brush to kind of get off any dirt that might be on the outside of the connector, on this faceplate, anything there. And again, turn it upside down if you have, mud and you want to get out, and just keep pushing, or keep rinsing it with the alcohol solution until they look pretty clean. And then again, take your cable or tester board and insert it in and just kind of rock it back and forth a little bit. That will cause the pins to mate with the connectors. If there tends to be a little piece of dirt or a little residue in there, it'll break them loose. And if you want to put a little more alcohol in afterwards and wipe it down some more, you just kind of do that until it looks clean and nothing appears to be in the holes. And I just put these on the side and let them air dry. Usually they're air dry in about 15-20 minutes. And that's really all you have to do. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us either through our website or on Facebook, or just give us a call at our number on the website. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps. Hope you guys have a great season. Thanks. Bye.